Good morning, Year 9. Today we're going to look at graphing straight lines with equations in the form y equals mx plus b, and we're going to do that by first constructing tables of values, which we have done before. So coming down, having a look at where we are at, which is here on the 30th, our learning intention is to graph straight lines with equations in the form y equals mx plus b. So to graph a straight line, which is a linear relationship, we complete a table of values. When we construct our table of values, we can think of x as the independent variable. That means we can choose any values of x we like. Y is then the dependent variable, and we find y by substituting a value of x into the equation. Okay, that's just a bit of a blurb. So constructing our table of values, use at least 3 points. You only actually need 2 to plot the line. As we were doing before, we were able to draw a line between 2 points. When we were doing our midpoints and our gradients, we only used 2 points. But this time around, since you're calculating the points, we want you to do 3 so that you can make sure that the y values are all in a straight line. So after you plot the 3 points, if they're in a straight line, fantastic, you've probably got it right. If they're not in a straight line, you've got at least one wrong. Go back and recheck them all. Now choose x values that are easy to use. So the three will always start with a 0, 1 or 2. But don't use 1 if it's half x or if it's 2/3 x. Use ones that are easy. So if y is half x, use x equals 0, 2 and a quarter. All right, let's have a look for what we mean. For our first example, just constructing a table of values for following lines. Y equals x plus 3. Nothing stopping us from using the 3 easy ones, 0, 1, 2. What we see is y is equal to 0, which is our x, plus 3. So y is equal to 3. Next one, y is equal to 1, which is this point here. 1 plus 3 equals 4. Put the 4 in there. And finally, y equals 2. When y equals 2, 2 plus 3 equals 5. We fill it in there. So there's our table of values there. When x equals 0, y equals 3. When x equals 1, y equals 4. When x equals 2, y equals 5. Moving along to our next one again, we've got y equals 2x minus 2. There's nothing stopping us from using the easy one, 0, 1 and 2. Y equals 2 times 0, which is 0, minus 2. So y is equal to minus 2. On our next one, we have y is equal to 2 times 1 minus 2. 2 times 1 is 2, minus 2 is 0. So we've got 1, 0, we had 0 minus 2. And then finally, y is 2 times 2 minus 2. 2 times 2 is 4, minus 2 is 2. So 2 and 2. So there are our 3 values we need. Next one, let's have a look at this. We've got a half x. If we're halving things, I want everything to be even. So I want my values being 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate, so to speak? I don't want 1. I don't want 3. I don't want 5. I don't want any even ones. So when I choose my x's first, I'm going to choose 0, 2 and 4. Then when I'm putting them in, y is equal to half times 0 plus 1 equals 1. Y equals half times 2, which is 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1, plus 1 equals 2. And then finally, y equals half times 4 is 2, plus 1 equals 3. So 4 had a value of 3, 2, 2, and 0, 1. Coming across to our next one, again what we see is y is just equal to minus x. Let's just choose our 0, 1, 2 again. Okay, so y is equal to minus 0, which is 0. y is equal to minus times 1, which is minus 1, and y is equal to minus 2 or minus 2. So there's our table of values: x 0, y 0, x 1, y minus 1, x 2, y minus 2. Looking at our next one again, what I've got here is I've got y's, I've got a negative sign there that I have to look at. I've got this third. So if I've got third x, I want to use things that are multiples of 3. So if I'm using points, I want 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I don't want 1, I don't want 2, etc. So that's what I've done. I can choose my x's, so I choose 0, 3, and 6. So coming down here, a third of 0, negative third of 0, 0, plus 2 equals 2. Next one, a third of 3 would be 1. Minus a third is minus 1. Minus 1 plus 2, or 2 minus 1 is 1. Next one, minus a third of 6. Third of 6 is 2. We get our negative side as minus 2. Minus 2 plus 2, 0. So when I had 3, I had a value of 1. My value of 3 gave me a value of 1. So 3, 1. My value of 6 gave me a value of 0, 6 and 0. And then finally my last one, very similar. This one though is even a bit trickier maybe. It's 2/3 x. And the other thing I notice is that it's there's no number behind there, so it's plus 0 is our form. B is actually equal to 0. Okay, 2/3 times x, it's the same scenario. I don't want to, if I'm dividing by 3, I want to be multiplying by 3, 6, 9, 12, because it's this 3 thing which I'm dividing into. So if I have a look at that, I've got 2/3 of 0, which is just 0. That was easy enough. Now 2/3 of 3. If I have 2/3 of 3, I've got 2. 2/3 of 6 is just 2 times 2/3. 2/3 of 6 is 4. So again, if we look at those values and match them up, when we had 3, our y was 2. When we had 6 for x, our y was 4. Okay, so down the bottom I've just said, note that for question C and F above, the x values were chosen to give whole number integers for y. I wanted to get a whole number so I didn't have to graph any of that other rubbish. Okay, so what we're doing is now I've just got plotting a straight line from the table of values. What do we need to look at? 1, plot the points and make sure they're in a straight line. If they aren't, go back and recalculate the y values again. See which one you've got wrong. Step 2, draw a line through the points. That is the full size of the grid, not just between the first and last dot. If you're drawing a line, make it the full size of your grid, of your axis. Step 3, make sure you put arrowheads on each end of the line, because that'll indicate to everybody it keeps going. You're drawing a line, not a line segment that stops somewhere. And then step 4, write the equation for the line on top of the line, that last one in particular. Make sure you do that, because you put a line in somewhere, get the marks for writing which one is on top. Okay, so example 2, plot the lines for the tables of values in example 1. So what I've done here is I've gone back, I'm going to have to scrunch it down so you can see. But basically, I plotted on the first axis, I've plotted those ones up the top there. I don't know, hopefully you've done them in your book, and so you can see what I've done. That first one, I've got y equals x plus 3, and my points were 0, 3, 1, 4, and 2, 5. So 0, 3, 1, 4, 2, 5, and I've drawn my line through it. I'll put arrows on it, and I've written the equation y equals x plus 3 on it there. My next one, I had x 0, going up there, 0, 0, 1, and 2, and I had minus 2, 0, 2. So I had starting at 0 minus 2, and then I had, is that the right one? And then I've got 1, 0, 1, 0, and 2, 2. They're my 3 points. They're in a straight line. Draw a line through it, put arrows on it, write my equation on it, and finally for the one at the top, I had I had half x plus 1. I had 0, 1, 2, 2, and 4, 3. So 0, 1, 0, 1, and then I had 2, 2 again, and I had 4, 3. And there's my line going through there with the arrows on it. And there's my formula down there. And then on the bottom ones, I had to plot these ones up here. So I had 0, 0, 1 minus 1, 2 minus 2. So this one here, 0, 0, minus 1, 1, minus 2, 2. Got myself a line through here, put arrows on either end, and wrote the formula on it. My next one up here, my table of values, 0, 2, so 0, 2 is that one. 0, 2 is that point there, so that must be the line I plotted. I've then got 3, 1, 6, 0. So 3 and 1, 6 and 0. That's where my points were. Put a big straight line, arrows, write my formula. And then my last one up here was 0, 0, 3, 2. Sorry, wrong one. No, that's right. So does that mean I've plotted it already? 0, 0, 3, 2. So 0, 0, 3, 2, and then 6, 4. So following those 3 points, drawing my line through it, writing my function there. Okay, so what I want you to do is have a go at these questions that are on this sheet, plotting GeoGebra. Now you can, looks like it hasn't inserted in that. I will put this sheet as well in the news feed in case you want to print it out. That'll be the easiest way for you to do it. Print it out, do it, and then paste it in your book. Otherwise, if you've got a stylus, you can do it in your OneNote, or you can just copy them into your book and do it that way. Have a great day.